Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Five Cups of Tea. My name is Jacob, aka Royal T. I am 17 years old and you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat at RoyalTJacob_. I am also joined here today by Baddie T.
Hi everybody, I'm Anna, aka Baddie T. I'm 17 years old and you can follow me on Instagram at ca.annalise.
Period. We also got Bigelow T.
What's up, y'all? I'm Bigelow T, aka DB. I'm 17 years old. You can find me on Instagram at selfmade.db.
And that's that. We got Daddy T.
So y'all, it's Daddy T, aka Cece. Follow me at the.only.Cecilia. Let's get into it.
And then we got Dom T.
And I'm Dom T, and I'm 17, and you can follow me at Damo Youngbull.
Period. And this is Five Cups of Tea. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to get into all the messy. So, just so that y'all know, our channel or our podcast, we're going to get into it all. We're going to be talking about the drama and celebrity lives. We're going to be talking about politics. We're going to talk about just the daily shit that you see on Instagram. Okay? All the mess that you see up there or Twitter, that's what we're getting into here. So you're going to hear our voices, and we want to hear from y'all as well. So make sure y'all leave y'all comments and shit down below in the comments, okay?
So today we're going to be talking about the drama between Clarence, Chris, Queen, Leslie. And if you really haven't heard about that drama, I swear you're living under a rock because it's all over Instagram. They going back and forth, beefing.
It's just down.
This is what we're about to get into.
It's just messy.
It's just really messy.
So stay tuned if you want all the tea, all right?
Yeah.
So, to begin with, first off, if you don't know who these people are, Queen is Queen Naija. If you don't know her music, I'm sorry, but we can't be friends. But that's just that. Is Queen Naija her husband? Or are they married?
Her boyfriend, Clarence.
Boyfriend. I'm sorry. Her boyfriend. So Queen Naija and her boyfriend, Clarence, are basically having this little internet feud.
Jacob. Yes.
All right. So if you don't know who Queen Naija is, we can't be friends basically because her music is at an all-time high right now. Bomb is bomb. Okay? So basically her and her boyfriend, Clarence, have been going back and not necessarily going back and forth, but it's been a lot of drama between them two and then their exes, Chris Sails and Leslie. So a couple weeks back, about a week or two ago, an audiobook was released of what happened between Clarence and his ex, Leslie. It was very messy. It was talking about a lot of things that happened in their past that no one really knew about now. And a lot of people just wanted to know exactly where all these allegations came from and who released it and how did they know so much information about these people's lives. So Clarence took to the internet and he shut a whole lot of the allegations down. So him and his girlfriend Leslie, or his ex-girlfriend Leslie, I'm sorry. Don't kill me. They took to the internet and they shut a lot of the allegations down. So one of the big ones that a lot of people found interesting, or it was a lot of stuff in that audiobook that a lot of people found interesting, but we're not gonna get into that. But they shut down the allegations of them having threesomes in his basement or whatever.
We've never had a threesome. That is a lie. I'm too selfish to share my man. So no. We spoke about that before and we laughed about it. That's as far as we.
Okay. So it's just a whole lot of.
Another allegation that they shut down was when she got an abortion. When Clarence was only trying to just say that they couldn't even get to the point to have a child because she couldn't have a baby, and she portrayed this image as like he did it. He brought it up like in a malicious way to try to put her down in this situation even more when he was just letting everybody know like we couldn't even have a child.
Right.
Simply because like I don't know. I feel like it was unnecessary to say. There's just certain things that you keep private. You don't share my business to the world. You don't tell people that I have health problems. When I've been, I don't want to say I've been depressed about it, but the thought is haunting that it's hard for me to have. I'm not gonna say that I can't have,
because she had a medical problem, she can't have kids, and then he thought his soldiers couldn't even march, so he was surprised that he even got Queen pregnant. So a lot of words, like a lot of words was turned around and exaggerated on her end, and just trying to make Clarence and Queen just look terrible. And that wasn't the case at all.
Childish.
It is.
The whole situation was childish. And speaking on the whole abortion or not even the abortion part, her having a medical problem, she didn't share that first. So Clarence took to the internet and shared in his video after someone said that she had an abortion in their audiobook. Clarence basically killed all that real quick, saying that she had a medical condition. After he released his video saying that she had a medical condition, she released her video saying that she was very hurt that he decided that he was going to disclose her personal information because it was none of his business to share.
But that's dumb.
Go ahead.
That's dumb because, like, you over here saying he made you get an abortion, or everybody's saying that he made you get an abortion, but you're mad at the fact that he's trying to clear up his name.
She should have brought it up herself, but of course
like,
she wants Clarence to look bad.
I understand the fact that it's not his place to put her personal stuff out there.
But you had him looking bad. Like, he had to defend himself.
People doing that or making allegations saying that, oh, he made you get an abortion, then you should speak up and be like, no, I couldn't get one because of X, Y, and Z. Like,
and right. It left so much room for Chris to step in and put his 2 cents in because there was so many lines just crossed and nobody was trying to check them. So it left Chris, Chris jumped into the situation.
I respect him even going to check it though, because as a man who just had a baby with someone else as well, you can see how that would make you look. Like it would be like, oh well, you chose this woman, not this other woman. And I feel like if you're gonna lie, do not be upset when someone comes to give the truth. But it's unfair to me. It's weird.
Yeah.
So something that's been very communicated was that he announced her information. So on her video, she made him out to be so malicious and as if he was trying to bash her. It was nothing like that. In his video, he was just shutting down all the allegations as to why they never had a child and as to why the allegations of them having an abortion were false.
And why they didn't make it as a couple, period.
Right. So it wasn't anything malicious. He was just trying to clear up the air. And she made it seem as though he just threw all her out in the open. So, I mean...
Also to add on to that, she made a video saying stuff about how Clarence just left her, got Queen pregnant, and then she said Queen's a bad person because she said that Queen is like the main part that they broke up, the whole reason why they broke up and all that. And she was getting emotional and all that, saying she got pregnant and she just took Clarence away from me. And I was like,
that's not the case at all. Like,
that's a whole nother story.
It was broken up. Yeah, I was really broken up. Like, I saw the video and I was just like, she was like, his family loved me and all that stuff. And the only way she could take him away from me was to get pregnant. And that's what she did. And I was like, sweetheart, this was way after y'all even broke up. Like,
right.
That's another exaggeration.
Right after y'all broke up.
The timelines don't even add up.
But people also understood Queen. Like, as a follower, I followed Chris and Queen at the time when they were together. Like,
right.
You saw how hurt that woman was. So for her to move on from something like that and then find somebody to make her happy, and then it's like, oh, let's bash her. Y'all are both females. Let's grow up.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just very dumb because I feel like not only like this group right here, we all witnessed Chris and Queen's relationship. They had it on display for YouTube for a couple of years. So I'm trying to figure out why everybody's trying to bash Queen all of a sudden when we all witnessed
everything,
the whole relationship. Yeah. And my thing is, like, when Clarence posted up receipts on the DMs and when they first met, the timeline makes sense. So her trying to say he went back to cheat on her and it was like plotted and all that doesn't make any sense. And it's just I get it that you're hurt, but he moved on. And I know you didn't want it to be over, but it's over. So it's kind of just like
normalize that.
And adding on the adding on to what Daddy T said, they're childish. Like on the other part where Clarence and Chris, they're going through something. Chris was commenting on Clarence's stuff, saying he's childish, he's this, he's that, and then Clarence clapped back and was saying that he was wearing the same jeans in every photo.
I'm not gonna lie, Clarence can clap back.
Clarence been clapping back, and it's been real.
And he was like,
don't do
how many times does he wear these jeans, these cheap H&M jeans and stuff like that?
And then Chris came back and was like, don't worry about it, I'm about to drop a diss track.
It wasn't even a diss track.
This man dropped his diss track. First off, it was trash. It wasn't a diss track about your diss track because it was trash. Okay? That's first. Second, the beats and the melodies and stuff in his diss track were stolen, and the people he stole from called him out on that.
Me and Clarence used to watch her videos with Chris Sails.
Hey, yo, Ren, turn that up. Okay, I give up, I still love you. Cause I'm trying to fight my demons. But I ain't begging no.
How you gonna make a diss track using someone else's stuff?
Yeah.
Because you're just setting yourself up for failure all over again.
And also he went on live and told everybody that he could fight Clarence. They say he can do a boxing match with Clarence.
Whoever wins gets queen, but I feel like that's another.
He was like, whoever, if he wins, he gonna take Leslie or whatever, and
this is not living basketball
and stuff.
But that's where the whole Queen Naja video. She made a video recently, like a couple days ago, and just explained how like even if her and Chris was to get back together, he don't love her. So it was like it would be for views and it will be for money because it was never no love there. So she had to leave. So it's like we know your intentions. So what are you doing this for? And when Clarence shut Chris down with the I gotta put CJ and Legend to sleep, he shouldn't have to get your son involved in anything. It should never get to that point. You should just stop. Like, and now you feel some type of way because he said something about baby CJ. It should never get to that point where he either has to bring the son and just stop arguing with him because you starting it first and he's just defending himself.
Right. And even on like the bringing up the children, Chris eventually was throwing people off a lot. Also me, because he first said, we can have a boxing match. Whoever wins gets queen. And then a few hours later or a day later or whatever, he went back and posted, was like, to be honest, I'm not even trying to go through all this beef or nothing. I just want to dead all this shit and I just want to be there for my child. Or like basically saying he wants all this, he wants to dead it and he wants to just, he said he wanted to meet up and have a dinner or whatever.
Yeah,
and
basically
make it better for their children.
He love them.
This is not a tea party. We're not 6.
Right.
You decided that she was going to start this, so you're going to finish it. So if you want to have that boxing match, I feel like you and Clarence should do it because at this point.
But I'll watch it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Cece. Or Daddy, I'm sorry.
Can we normalize, if you're going to hurt somebody and then like they move on and they're happy, why are you still bothering him? Like, why are you messing up their grind? And then he's like, I can't see my son is in a third. Respectfully, all your business on social media. I woke up and saw the Shade Room post. He arrested his son was where to be found. Right. Imagine being a woman and your son is, his father
anywhere
find your son, and then you're mad that she won't let you see him. That's traumatizing. Like, now you're bullying her on social media. You're being a little kid making diss tracks. Come on, and then you're forgetting about your child. Disrespecting her, and then here the feelings in the comments. First of all, my whole thing is that if you haven't experienced that, then your opinion is invalid. Do not tell Queen
your opinion. You can keep it.
Oh yeah, right. Like what she should have done, what she should not have done. You're not a parent. I'm not a
right.
Parent.
You're not in her situation. You're not her parent. You can't tell her what to do and what she can and cannot do.
Like, come on, she is happy with this man. Let her be happy. Like, first of all, his voice is hideous. I'm not gonna be mean, but his voice is hideous. I couldn't get past his voice. I can't.
It really is.
Like, come on.
I just feel as though like they've been going out for like what 3 years.
Yeah, and I feel like until
why is everything coming up now? Like,
why is it only about them though?
Yeah, that's like anything. They can never be happy because people are always gonna nitpick at everything they do, which is sad because it's nobody's business about their relationship.
I feel like until they come out and say they're not doing good, they're gonna break up, they're done. I feel like it just might.
Nobody's gonna be happy until then.
Right, like I feel like people go digging so much into their life that they never find what they're looking for, so they make up stuff for them to react to. So I'm like, until they're happy, I feel like regardless if they're gonna be happy or mad at each other, whatever, I feel like they're just gonna hate Chris and Clarence. Like, I feel like until they fall apart, like officially come out and say they're done, just leave them alone. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on period.
I just think it's wild because I've watched Queen over these years. Like, I've been a fan of her. And she's growing. Like, her music videos are so much confident. They're gorgeous, by the way. Videos are gorgeous. Her music is amazing. She's glowing. She's like, you can see the confidence in her, like, coming up. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why he keeps coming. Like, he came off the cut, just, like, attacking her. Like, just bothering her. Like, why are you bothering? She is happy, bro. Thriving.
I think he really thinks that he's the main purpose that she's blowing up. Yeah. I think that's why he's trying to like come back out and say.
I feel like he's looking for some type of credit. Like, you don't.
That's the sad part.
Because first of all, Chris broke her down. She had to rebuild herself up. So it's like,
I'm your business.
Like, it's no credit that should be given to him because, like, you broke me. I had to, like, build myself back up mentally, physically. Like, I had to become stable again. So I'm not giving you any type of credit. Like,
can we respect our women? That's what needs to happen.
Like, it's the women against the women. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, I know we, like, 17 and shit. Ooh, but still, like, women going on women, it's just so disgusting to me. Like, we're supposed to be there for each other. We're supposed to bring each other up. Like, times are hard now, especially now. So it's just like, why are we so against each other? Like,
right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everything happens for a reason. So I feel like you and Clarence didn't work out. It was not. And so
it was never meant to be.
So don't go tearing down Queen because you felt like, oh, she took your man or whatever. She didn't take your man. He was a single man. There's multiple YouTube videos where he has said he's a single man. So I'm trying to figure out what was the miscommunication. I feel like he told the world. I feel like he told you. I'm feeling like because Clarence said he's so honest as a person. I feel like he was honest to you and he was honest to the world when he said he was a single man. So I'm just very confused as like, why are you what are you missing on your end? Like, what are you?
I just feel as though he definitely could have went with somebody, even if he didn't go with Queen. If he would have went with somebody freaking named Amy or something, she would find some reason, or people would find some reason to go on her for nothing, literally for nothing.
For being happy and successful.
For being happy and successful.
That's the problem. I think their mindset is like, if I'm not with you getting this money or whatnot, let me go ahead and tear you down so I can go ahead and get my clout off of it.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You're late.
Like, Clarence made a point, like, he was like, yeah. And Clarence made a point. He was just like, if you're going to start YouTube or if you're going to step into me and Queen's world, like, YouTube is our playground. I feel like if you're going to step in there, don't try to make views off us. Make views, like, just make an audience where they get to know you for you, not because you're beefing with me and all that. I agree. If you're going to at least step in their area, try to make videos about you. Don't try to, like, base it off degrading someone else's relationship and stuff like that, so they get to know you, because the world knows you as a hater, like a obsessed ex that just can't let the past go. So yeah, that's what we know you for. So if you want a chance in this world, I feel like you should try to come up with your own material.
Yeah, don't try to. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I knew nothing about Leslie until her video and her book, her auto book.
I had to research.
And now the fact that she's probably a nice, cool woman, she's probably coolish. Like, I would hang out with her type stuff. But, like, because it's like my mom always tells me, if you bring somebody to me on a trash lid, I'm going to see them as trash.
Yeah. Like, first impressions is everything.
Yeah, you came into the world, like, starting stuff and all this extra stuff that wasn't needed. So it just makes me think like, oh, I don't want to be cool with her, or oh, this, that, and the third. Like, I don't know. So I feel as though if she would have came out like just being herself and like, I don't know, doing something positive, then of course I would probably watch her.
Like, your introduction to the world should not be bashing someone else.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna think you're a hater. I'm just gonna think you're here just to put somebody else down to make you look better, so you could play the victim. That's what's making me feel right now.
You know how it sounds like? The what's that girl's name? The one that's trying to be Megan Thee Stallion. It sounds just like her.
Erica Banks. Her name
Yeah.
Banks.
See,
Erica Banks.
And that's the problem. Let's get there, because like we were all just saying, why can't we all empower each other? But this girl in specific, she's not trying to empower. She's trying to be
a clone.
Dash her.
Yeah.
With the help of Megan's ex-manager. So like you're trying to be a clone, but with the help of somebody that used to be in her life.
But it's a difference besides, between having the influence, but then like me literally copying and pasting and then like bashing you.
Yeah, like it's her demeanor, it's how she rap, like the cadence. It's giving me too much. And at first everybody's talking about maybe that's just how Texas rappers rap. No, it's giving me you're trying to cadence. Everything is too similar for me. Like,
yeah, and also like that, you know how rap artists, they have idols or whatever, they go after somebody. You don't steal their flow. You got to make your own. You got to, like, you can take bits of pieces off, but don't be the same as the person that's already famous.
Yes.
Right. Like, you can, it's just it's messy to me how she, if I'm not mistaken, she once said that she idolized her.
She did.
Yeah.
And then turned around and steals her flow. She steals her beat. I don't know if she stole the manager or if the manager lost Megan and then went to her.
Mm-hmm. Trying to be petty.
But
yeah,
it's messy to me that you had the audacity to even think about releasing music that sounded smack like Megan's.
Yeah.
Knowing exactly where y'all came from. Y'all came from the same place. So people are already going to associate y'all together. And then y'all got the same manager. Yeah. It's like y'all already got so much in common. Don't make it so much easier for everybody to come for you.
And it's crazy because if she was really hot, I would have heard it. Like, to me, she was irrelevant until the Thick remix came back out, and then they was on the Shade Room matching their videos up in their verses. I was like, Shawty was irrelevant to me. Like, I heard about her a couple months ago when they first started comparing her to Megan, and then it was quiet, and then the Thick remix came out. So I was like, if you was really hot like Megan, you would have been relevant. You're not relevant until something like that happened.
You're not relevant until a relevant name is mentioned. That relevant name was Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
I feel like this whole 2020 for Megan has been several wars and battles. Like, people attacking her fame, people attacking her dignity, her personality, her gender.
And we're not even going to talk about the way she rised above it all.
Mm-hmm.
She's gone through losses of her mother, her grandmother. You know, may they rest in peace. You know, she's gone through losses of friends. And she came up by herself on her own. And then look, people are attacking her left and right. And she is still looking gorgeous, still on live. And not once has she bashed any of these people.
Mm-hmm.
Not once.
Not once. And Megan went through an interview and said she doesn't do drama. So all of this drama that's coming is, and I hate to say it, but it's because of the people she surrounds herself with.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a part of it. It's just she's in the wrong place at the wrong moment.
Yeah, but I feel like
to be in a place like that and have so much negativity around you, Megan is on top of her game right now. Like, not even a week, like a few nights ago, she was nominated for like 8 categories in the
She won like 5, 4?
No, she won 3. She won 3, but she won if I'm not mistaken, she won like the highest 3. Like,
okay, yeah.
Ones that women haven't even won yet. She won Artist of the Year, which is an award that hasn't been given. Only, if I'm not mistaken, only 3 females.
Artists killed to be in that category. Like,
right, only 3 females have ever been in that category, which was Cardi B last year, and then the first one was Nicki Minaj in 2011. So it's like she is out here doing what she has to do to make sure that she succeeds, and all the negativity around her is like, we not fucking with it. And I love how she's managing to keep herself up while also lifting other people up, because I don't know for a fact if the deadline has already come, but she even has a scholarship out for Black women in America. Like, she's given a scholarship to 2 women for like $10,000, 2 African American women. She's lifting other people up.
Yeah.
And it's like, go ahead.
I'm sorry, it's just crazy because it's like, I feel like if Megan don't speak on certain things, she's a liar. But when she does, she's an angry Black woman and she is playing victim. Just like how she went on live and she was like, I wasn't going to speak on this situation with Tory, but then when she did, it was like, oh, she's yelling, she's doing too much. And then when she wasn't saying nothing, it was like, oh, she's lying, where's the pictures? And then when she posted a picture of her foot, it's no exit wound, then it's just, oh, she got hit with glass. It's just crazy to me how it doesn't matter. It's just like Queen and Clarence. It don't matter if they say something or don't say something. They're just the bad guy, period. So
right.
Which is once again,
you're damned if you do, you're damned if
women, also African Americans, bashing people. Period.
I just feel in 2020, y'all, and we're gonna end this cup of tea right here for this one cup. 2020, we need to lift each other up. We've had a rough year. We done been through so much. And this is actually going into our next one. Especially African Americans, we need to lift each other up because not even just 2020, living in a society such as America, is no way to get around the animosity and the negativity that's going to be in your life. You have to know how to deal with it.
Yeah, wait, one more before you go on to the next cup of tea. I feel like also to end it, you just have to uplift couples in a racial, Black on Black, white on white. We just have the LGBTQ community. Like, we just have to really work on us before we can really judge others or speak on other situations and stuff like that.
Right.
We just need to be positive. Like, it's hard out here. I was about to say it's hard out here for a pimp. But it's hard out here. Like,
it really is.
Have to cover bags. Like, it's just dumb. I don't know.
Y'all, it's a whole lot of going on. Sorry, Zoe. I stole that from you. I'm not copying. It's just my lifestyle, y'all. I got it from him. Really do.
Shout out to Zoe, yeah.
But what Bigelow T said, shout out to Zoe, because he's been doing it for Mondays. But anyway, on to our next cup of tea. This one does get a little bit deeper into racial equality and the social justice system. So just be mindful of what you're going to say and how you say it, because we don't want to offend anybody who may be watching our videos. Okay?
I thought you were actually talking.
I was talking to us, but I mean, it's for the viewers. So, yeah, I got my little notepad because I don't want to say anything wrong.
Is this one whole video?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to say, but I don't have I didn't write nothing down today, but whatever I say is gonna come off the dome. But I'm gonna make sure it's not.
Just make sure you speak in facts, because we don't got no time to be.
Yeah. And respectfully.
Right.
Respectfully. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna be mindful.
That's why I was quiet for a quick moment in the first segment, because I had to make sure I had all my facts correct. But a 20-year-old. So if you don't know her name, Kaija Brooks. I do apologize if I say her name wrong, but it's Kaija Brooks, a 20-year-old woman. She delivered a 4-minute, it was a speech, but it was so much as she went up there and she said what she had to say. She was reading the police board of commissions of their fields, basically, for if I'm not mistaken, it was Kansas. I'll look it up and I'll let you know.
Kansas City.
Yeah. So she was reading them of their field, and she went up there. She went into their presence, and she informed them before she even started speaking. She said, I just want to let y'all know I'm not here to be respectful at all. I'm going to say what I have to say, and you're going to listen to what I have to say, basically. So she got into, I don't want to necessarily speak about what she said, but I want to speak about the fact that she was brave enough to go up there and do what she did, especially being a woman. It's very hard to be a woman out here today.
A Black
and I'm saying that, but I'm not trying to live in nobody's shoes. As y'all can see, for the viewers, y'all can see I have multiple female friends, and I know how it is for them out here today. So I want to basically speak about the fact that she had not the audacity, the confidence and what'd you say, Emily?
Courage.
The courage, right, to go up there and say what she had to say. Y'all, it's just 2020 is a rough year. So for her to go up there, I'm sorry.
what she did was groundbreaking. Like, it should go down in history. Like, nobody, I feel like
nobody was gonna say
it's
that.
rare for you to see somebody do that. Like,
right.
It was groundbreaking.
She deserves way more recognition than she is receiving as well. Like, she's receiving a lot, but she deserves way more. But we're not even going to talk about that. But on the subject of this, I basically want to speak about all the all the political things, but I want to hit on a few topics in that world or scene today. So when it comes to police brutality, because she was reading the police commission, we have celebrities out here as well who are also dealing with stuff such as this. And when I say that, I mainly speak of a recent celebrity who was caught on film being taped as her husband was being held at gunpoint. I'm speaking of Cardi B. If y'all don't know her, once again, we can't be friends. Okay.
Where are you living?
Huh?
Because where are you living?
Right.
If you don't know Cardi B,
you're missing it.
But while her husband was being held at gunpoint, if you don't know her husband, Quavo of the Migos.
Offset.
Oh, God, who did I say?
Offset. You said Quavo.
That's
Sweetie, I'm sorry. Sweetie, I'm sorry. Lord, about to get me caught up. Sweetie, I'm so sorry. But I'm sorry. Offset was being held at gunpoint. So it was allegedly said that he was out during a Trump rally pointing his gun at people, saying, like, F Trump and stuff like that. But in the video, you can clearly hear Cardi yelling with pain in her voice at that her husband was unarmed. So for that to be true, it's like, it's two different stories and you don't know, well, you know who to believe, because at that, Offset even released a lot. He was on live while this was happening. So he was filming from his car with his hands on his wheel with a police officer pointing his gun at him.
I feel like
the officer asked him multiple times. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. I was just saying, I feel like Offset didn't do that. I feel like it's just been many instances where celebrities were in Trump rallies and they were experiencing harsh treatment from these Trump supporters. So I feel like somebody could have just lied to the police and said, oh, yeah, he was waving guns. I feel like it could have been misconstrued in some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, it happened to a lot of different celebrities. So I feel like they had to do something as a story. Yeah. I feel like they had.
You ain't wrong about that. But, yeah, in the video, you can clearly hear the cop asking Offset, saying that he's not going to take his keys out of his car and he's not going to turn his car off because he doesn't want to move his hands from his steering wheel, because of the simple fact that police officer had his gun pointed at him.
We feel Offset's pain.
Hey, I'm crying.
Because I know if it was me, I would be scared as hell. I would be so scared. Like, I wouldn't want to move. I wouldn't want to do nothing. And before freaking comments want to say I'm white, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not white. My father is African American and my mother is Puerto Rican and Mexican. So I just feel as though, yes, like, I can't really relate. I mean, I can relate, but I can't really relate because of the fact that my skin color. Because when people first see me, they don't think like I'm Black or Hispanic. They probably think I'm mixed at the most, like white and Black or something like that. But
when it comes to society, you would be labeled as white. Yeah, and I don't say that disrespectfully.
My siblings are like way darker than me.
Definitely.
They black. They black. They way darker than me.
They like a good light brown skin.
They good.
I am very protective over anybody, all my friends, anybody. So it's like, I want to not feel their pain, but like, I'm very big on topics like this because even though it doesn't really affect me, but it does sometimes, it's affecting people around me, like my family. Mm-hmm. My cousin was just at a protest and he got beat by the police in Chicago. Wow. Like, all three of my cousins got beat. And my aunt was trying to protect kids and all that stuff. Like, it's real. Like, it's going on.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's hard out here.
It's hard out here for a pimp. Like, what's that?
But yeah, so a lot of negativity and hatred has been going towards our police. And I am sorry to say that being a police officer, you're taught that you're supposed to protect and serve.
Yeah.
But honestly, lately it hasn't been looking that way, and
y'all are abusing y'all power.
Very much.
They really are.
Y'all are abusing y'all power.
Everybody though. That's the thing. It's sad because
it's
so
not everyone
using their power that we can't even see the good ones.
Right, like before you pick up a gun, pick up a taser or something. You don't have to like initially just your first thing should not be grab a gun. You grab a taser. You could try detaining him in any other way. Your first thing should not be, oh, let me shoot him to make sure he's fully down. That should not be your first thing at all.
And also,
it's just not right.
Yeah, and also to add on to that, what I heard, police are not supposed to train to kill, like with the gun. They're supposed to train the handicap so they can detain them.
Right.
But like to add on to that, like what happened like a week, I don't know if it's a week or a couple of days, but the guy up in Philly.
Yo, watch my wheel. Yo, this shit get crazy out here. Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Bro, they just killed them in front of me. Yo! Y'all ain't had to give him.
He got shot. I'm not saying I'm not choosing sides, but the cops told him to put the knife down multiple times, and he didn't put it down, and he started charging at them.
So,
what's to do?
Sorry to cut you off, but on that, we're speaking about Walter Wallace Jr. If you don't know, he is a mentally ill African American who lived in Philadelphia. And only reason I cut you off, Dom, is because of the simple fact of one of the first words I said, mentally ill. In the reports, his mother stated that, first off, they didn't call the police, they called for an ambulance. Yet police officers were dispatched, and it ended in the killing of her son while her and his sister, if I'm not mistaken, or her daughter. I'm sorry. But it ended in them having to watch their relative be killed. It has definitely caused a lot of uprising, and a lot of looting and rioting has begun again. In which case it should not have ended, if I'm being honest, because nothing was done to resolve what happened earlier this year. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know exactly who we was talking about and the case behind that. But you can go ahead, Dom.
Oh no, you covered it all.
But no, like honestly, what'd you say?
I just think with how someone with that much power and like, you know, you see a cop and they have all these weapons on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cops if a squirrel is black, they're gonna shoot him. What are you scared of? And they call the smallest things. And I'm not trying to keep hearing not all cops bad. Nobody said they were all bad.
Yeah.
But look at them. Look at them. Are we not comprehending the fact that somebody, I'm pretty sure you probably know his name, but it was a boy with autism who was recently, they killed him. He was walking home, bothering no one.
Oh, yeah.
They threw him on the floor, and he was talking so nice to them. He was saying, hey guys, I'm not dangerous, you know, please show me some respect. I respect you guys so much. And they still killed him.
Right.
They abused
And then you
power.
have people they want to scream, you know, well, it's not all cops. Who said that? Like when did a headline say all cops?
Yeah, but they're not making it any better. Like I feel like that small majority of good cops don't outweigh the percentage of the bad cops. Like
the followers.
Yeah.
Like no one's saying don't protect the country, right? But you killing innocent people, who's that protecting? Whose lives are you saving?
Especially with disabilities, like
It's like people with disabilities, they can't control. Like, I don't understand. They are like the sweetest people. I swear they are. So the fact that we have so many disabled people being killed for nothing is disgusting. Like, you have no reason behind it. You don't feel threatened. You have all that stuff, like they said, all these weapons, all that. You don't feel threatened. You don't. You just want to abuse your power.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, and I only say this because I know my father is in a position such, he's not a police officer, but he works in like security and stuff. And on their weapon belts, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, I think their taser is in the front.
Yeah.
Whereas their gun is on their hip.
It's on, it's on the hip.
Back.
You have to reach back to get your gun. Your taser's right there.
So it's not even like, oh, it was the quickest thing to reach to. It's like, no.
You could have.
In your mind, you saw danger in that person's skin color.
Yeah.
And automatically thought, oh, kill.
Facts.
But I mean,
I feel like it should be a habit for a police officer to reach for their front and not their hip. I feel like they so used to touching their hip first that's what the first thing they go through. I feel like you should go to a taser or anything else before you go to a gun.
Right.
And I didn't like how when they shot Walter and Billy, how they surrounded him. You killed him already. Why are you still there trying to make sure he's okay? You killed him. You know what you were doing. The mom was screaming. Why are you still surrounding him? Like, why are you still surrounding him? I think that's what made me more upset. Like, after these police kill these amazing, beautiful Black humans, and I feel like, and then they want to surround and feel bad at the end. You can't do that.
And while we're on the topic of police brutality, I understand we're talking, our podcast or our video is about recent current news, but I also want to hit on George Floyd. And I'm only bringing him up because he has been such a huge influence in this year alone and the Black Lives Matters movements alone. Because this man, innocent and all, was killed for he was killed when it could have been definitely averted. The police officers had their knees on his neck for, if I'm not mistaken, 11 minutes, where he laid there saying multiple times that he could not breathe, and they didn't let up.
And he wasn't resisting at all.
At all.
He was just laying there.
And that's the sad part, is because the sad thing for most of these videos that we see online and that we see of people dying is you can hear the hurt in their voice. Even before they're shot, you can hear the fear and the cry for help in their voice. And at the end of that video, I personally, and I feel like this wasn't like touched on a lot because I don't feel like anybody else noticed it, but when George Floyd was carried away by the paramedics, I watched that video very closely, and the people carrying him away were not paramedics. They were police officers carrying him away on a gurney. So it didn't click with me as to why it was police officers instead of the people who could actually do their job and possibly 99% of the time bring this person back. And it's a lot that goes into the reason that police officers are so hated at this moment in time. And I understand we got that whole movement, Blue Lives Matter. I personally could care less.
Really?
And you can bash me for that if you want to, but it makes no sense for you to sit here and say, oh, Black Lives Matter, but Blue Lives also matter. But how do you sound if my house is burning down and yours is next door to mine is looking perfectly fine? The fire trucks are here putting the water out of my house, yet you're complaining as to why they're not putting water on your house. Like, it makes no sense because we have one that is actually going through the problem, but yet you want help for something that could easily be not a problem. So that's just my thoughts on that. Would anybody else like to add?
I think the system is corrupted, and it will forever be corrupted because no one has to.
Always corrupted.
I think it's all broken. I think it's all about leadership.
Yeah, I feel
not the correct ones.
Not the correct one at all.
As leaders to change things, because yeah, I understand like rioting and protesting and all that, but we've been doing that for so long, and nothing's really changing. I feel as though we need to have people to become leaders and to make a bigger change. Like, yeah, we can protest all we want. Yeah, we can riot all we want. But rioting is just making them see us as like savages or like we're just destructive. It's not really helping the case. Like, I understand we're angry and we want to do something, but it's like, it's not really helping our case. Because now all they're seeing is we're destroying places and catching stuff on fire and all this stuff, and they're making it seem like we're savages. And so it's like we need to.
Go ahead.
We need to have leaders. Like, we need to have people to.
But like, I feel like nobody wants to stand up though, because they always kill the leaders. They killed Martin Luther King. They just killed multiple people over decades, years in time. And I feel like Lil Baby could have been our leader with that song. And I feel like he was speaking a lot of truth in speaking about this. What's the word for it?
While you think of your word, I'm going to speak on something that Baddie T said. She said the destruction of property and the theft and everything that's been going on during the rioting and the looting. Now, I am not saying I do not condone it, but what I do not condone is stealing from, especially my African-American fellows and females, stealing from Black-owned businesses. Because you, out of all people, should know exactly how hard it is to start something from the ground up and continue to build it into an empire. And for you to sit here and steal, because it's a video that's going around now from Philadelphia of a Black-owned business being looted and rioted by African Americans. And it's like, it is very disgusting and disgraceful for me to see people of color do so much injustice to someone who is just trying to make a living. Because we live in America. We, of all people, know how it is to struggle to make a living. We aren't even given fair chances when it comes to having a job or doing this, doing that. We got out of slavery and they put us into poor communities so we would have to steal so they could throw us in jail. We have had this struggle for centuries, and for y'all to not even help the person out is disgusting to me. So I just wanted to speak on that. But yeah.
That's okay, not saying he could have been our leader, but I feel like I feel like if he would have elaborated more on his, like, if he would have deeper into his song, I feel like he spoke about stuff to a certain extent, but he didn't want to go too far because he don't want to be the next one to be killed off. Like, you just notice how, like, when people actually try to stand up for us, they die. Going back to Martin Luther King and everything. So I feel like nobody wants to stand up because nobody wants to be the next one to die. Trying to be the voice for us.
Yeah.
I had the voice for it. I would definitely stand up and die for it because that's my legacy and that's my family. I would die for my family, and if my voice can make a difference in making their lives easier, I would definitely do it.
No questions asked. But my whole thing is, and it's very important to remember, is that people always feel like there has to be a story. Like, you have to explain something. Like, I can get shot in my leg, right? But then they're gonna ask you, well, why'd you get shot? Like, what? I was shot. And it's always there has to be a background. What was someone doing for the cop to kill them? Sis, right. That's the great question.
I was walking.
I'm asking. We wish
I'm mistaken. I was just breathing. But
like, we wish you knew.
It's just crazy because, like, with technology now, it's like we see what's going on in the world. But imagine when we didn't have technology. Like,
what we were missing out on.
Older people that we don't know about. Like, that's the sad thing. We don't know everything. We don't know every person that was killed. We don't know. So
it's crazy.
It's crazy how we don't know everybody.
And you can't even trust the history books because those are written by the people who won.
Right.
And we all know who those people are.
But many of the names that came out after George Floyd's passing, those were all cases that were old. And I was surprised. I was thinking like, oh, this happened last week. This happened the month before, 2018, 2019, stuff back in 2013. Like it's sad that bad things have to happen for people's stories to have like to come to light, you know,
to be heard, right?
Yeah. And it's also, I think it's wild how the cops and George cases are saying how he passed from his COVID. What? And then Breonna Taylor's family is being sued by the man that shot their daughter. How are you gonna sue?
They have a countersuit for her boyfriend.
You stepped into his house. Now, if it was a white man, you know, they love their guns and they love shooting when it comes to their homes. But when they do it, you know, I understand you, sir. But when a black person does this, like, oh, well, that's ghetto. You know, he wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
He came to my household. First of all, I don't know if we forgot this or not, but legally you can kill and shoot someone who comes into your house.
Yeah.
What's the part in your property or whatnot? Why do we forget these simple things?
Yeah.
Like you want, and then he was crying on the interview, like he was the victim. I said, how did you just make yourself the victim? You're alive. You're breathing. You're right here. Your wife is alive. Your kids are alive. Your cousins are alive. Your officer friends, your little blue lives, because y'all were all born with the job. Y'all were born with the job. You can't change your job. Y'all were born with it. Anyways, y'all are victims all of a sudden. I just think that all that is just wild to me.
I got one more story. One more. And to get into our final cup of tea, this is a real short little thing dealing with a little celebrity family. Willow Smith and Jada Pinkett. All right. So basically, Willow was, I don't recall the show.
Red Table Talk?
But, I'm sorry?
Red Table Talk.
There we go. Red Table Talk. They were up there and Willow, she spoke about how her mother treated her differently than her brother because of the simple fact she was a woman or she was a girl. So she spoke about how her mother would do simple things such as wake her up earlier than her brother, or not even simple. It's like she would wake her up and press her to get ready for something as simple as school, but yet her brother could still be asleep as they're walking out the door. And I only want to bring this up because of the simple fact it's about women. And nowadays we very much need to advocate for women because women are our population. Women are how we get here. If it wasn't for women, we wouldn't be here. So I just want to make sure that people understand that women are a very special and delicate creation. Beautiful creation. Okay? But I wanted to speak on, especially because I have 3 beautiful females here with me today, I wanted to speak on how was it when y'all grew up? Because I know being in America, being a female, it is very hard to have to live up to the standards and things of America and the society that we live in today because you have to compete with the male. It's also touching up on something that was said back in our earlier conversation about how Megan always has to explain herself because she's going up against her male counterparts. So let's just talk about how, like, what did y'all have to, like, how does this story impact y'all as well? Like, how can y'all relate to this story?
I feel like it's super duper relatable though. Like, I don't know if I told y'all this before, like, just not even like growing up, I was always sheltered. I was the youngest. So it's like, and I was, so my mom always tried to protect me from a lot of things. Growing up now, it's very much gotten worse. Like, it's like, now I'm at the age where I could have sex and stuff like that. So my mom is very more I don't know, down on me about that. Like my brother has, like my older brother has so much more freedom. So he has a girlfriend. He can go to his girlfriend's house and do things. When I was in a relationship, I couldn't go to my boyfriend's house and stuff like that. And my mom has admitted multiple times it's because I'm the youngest and I'm a female. And it's like COVID. At the beginning of COVID, my mom was very strict. I couldn't go anywhere, but my brother could leave the house, even if it was for work, even if it was to spend time with his girlfriend. It was just like I was always on lockdown. So he, of course, he has always like have a lot more freedom than me, which I thought was very unfair because it's all about self-control. I feel like I can control myself. So it's just very hard to this day because it's like I want more freedom, but I don't know when I'm going to get it. So I'm just waiting until till it's my time. But it was very hard.
Understandable.
I can agree with that because I have an older brother. I don't live with him right now, but he is 4 years older than me. And growing up, it wasn't the best, but like we grew up. I'll be honest, I hated my brother when we grew up. Like we can go months without talking to each other, act like we didn't exist, because it was just like we just wasn't clicking. And maybe it was because maybe it was because I was immature at the time. So like, and plus I was a female, and in the neighborhood I lived in at the time, I was the only female. I just had a whole bunch of guy friends, dumb, but so it was just like I always wanted to be with the guys. So me and my brother just thought I was annoying, and I wouldn't really be doing anything, and my parents would always give him the freedom to do whatever he wanted. So it was like it was always hard on me because my brother is very smart. He's a genius. And in school, throughout high school, 4.0s, like it was nothing. Me, on the other hand, I'm a social butterfly. Like I like to join clubs. I like to go out. I have a whole bunch of friends. We were just two different people. And because of that, my grades were never bad, never. But they weren't to his standard. Like my parents kind of compared us. They tried to tell me that they didn't want to compare us, but I obviously knew they wanted me to be like my brother when it came to school because he got the 4.0s and I was like a 3.4, 3.3, 3.5 type of kid. But I was never bad though. So it was kind of hard, and it was very discouraging because it was just like, am I not good enough? Like, I understand that my brother is very smart. I understand that. But me and him, we're not the same. We're not the same people. So it's like for y'all to do that, and I feel like they wasn't trying to do it maliciously. They just want the better. Like, they just want me to be the best I can be, which I understand that. But I'm not him. Like, he relied, I don't want to put his business out here, but he had a small group of friends, and he really only focused on school. Me, I talk to everybody. I love talking. I love to talk. I love to talk. I love to explain. Like, I love to do all of that. So I was always talkative in school. I don't know if y'all had a little clip chart things. I was always on yellow and orange because I talked to them. Like, I was just a
Miss Louise, go ahead and move your clip for me because
I was just a very social person. So me and my brother are very, very different. Mm-hmm. So I feel like my parents didn't know how to deal with me because I was so different from my brother. Like, they didn't have to worry about my brother like going to parties and stuff like that because he never really liked that type of stuff. Me, I like to go to parties, so they had to worry about, oh, is she doing this? Is she doing that? Which my parents ain't raised no dumb, I was about to say the B word. My parents ain't raised no dumb female. I am not stupid. I'm not about to go out here, have sex, get drunk every night, do drugs. I'm not about to do all that because I know, like, no, I will come home and let my parents find out I do something like that. I would be dead. 6 feet under.
Okay, goodbye.
6 feet underground.
You're on the side.
Like, literally, the only people I'm scared of in this world are my parents. Like, I'm scared of my parents.
That ain't
so I would never do anything dumb. And piggybacking on what Daria was saying about the whole, or Bigelow T, when she was saying how about having relationships and stuff. So my brother had a relationship senior year. My senior year, he was 17, 16. He had a girlfriend. She would come over. It would be in the bed, watching movies, cuddling, doors closed. Ain't nobody know what was going on in there. But
leave the door open.
I couldn't date until I was 16, which is kind of, understandable. But I was always scared to say something to my parents about having somebody to come over because I already knew how they thought. Like, I already knew. Right. And plus, like, my dad, I'm his first child, technically. Me and my older brother were half siblings. So I'm a girl, and I'm my dad's first child, and I'm a daddy's girl. He was very protective over me. He didn't want me to do nothing. He wanted me to stay innocent, which I still am, but he wanted to shelter me from the world. Don't do that. Don't do that. So it was just very hard to be sheltered when you see your older brother doing whatever he wanted. Right. Anything. Over, girls over. But once I have a boy over, oh, she gonna get pregnant. Like, no, I'm not about to do it. Do we got a plan
for 9 months later? You know what? Let's go ahead and set up the nursery.
Literally. So it was just like, looking back now, it's way better. Like, way better. For me, it's better. Because, like, they know I'm not dumb. I'm not about to do nothing stupid out here. You didn't raise me to be like that. So they trust me a lot more now. So, but it was kind of hard back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the old.
Go ahead. Back in my young days. Period. Back when I was able to move them hips, okay. When I be leaving, she's having to stay. But Cece, did you want to hit on that? Anything?
I mean, my childhood was mostly a racial thing. I never had boys versus girls. It was always, me being black versus all the white kids in my classes. It was always, the big black girl versus, this little white girl or this little white boy. And it was never a men versus female thing. High school definitely changes you though, because men or males feel as though, they have these standards that females feel like they have to fit. Like they feel like they have to, be this girl for all the guys in the school. Like they have to have the same hair, the same jacket. Like in Maryland, it's a trend. You trend for these boys over here.
In Maryland, yeah, it's definitely a trend. They little red bubble coats and they goddess locks.
And they want to be down bad so bad. And I just feel like, and it's like, do guys ever think about, the standards that we feel like we should have for them? Like, right. Like loyalty is a flex. You should just be loyal. That's not a flex, babe. You can't have a flex. And think that they're seen more powerful in the realm of, dating or talking, attraction. And it's definitely different. I think that's like the only.
Of course, he got something to say.
I got something to say, but we're gonna say that for the next next episode.
We're still like talking about the whole standards. Are we talking about standards, or we just talking about childhood?
But I feel like females like are held to a higher standard than boys. That's why like when moms, like when a son tell their mom, I got somebody pregnant, they really don't care because they expect that. When females like I'm just saying,
not pregnant, maybe having sex.
Okay, that. But say if I was to tell my mother that I got pregnant, she would lose her crap. But if my brother told my mom would be like, of course she'll be like, I don't know, she'll be like uneasy, but then she'll just be like, okay, like
you're gonna take care of that damn child.
Yeah, like but with me it would be like, no, like, yeah,
I feel like when guys have sex and they tell their friends, it's like, oh yeah, you hit that. Oh yeah, that's my bet. But when a female come and be like, oh yeah, I had sex with him. Oh, you a hoe. Oh, you for everybody. Keep your legs closed. This, that, and the third. It's like, dang, like, sex is a big thing.
Guys acting like they can't catch what we catch. That's what I don't get.
Literally. Y'all can get little bumps and little rashes on your little Peter Weeders.
Right. burning crabs.
Burn.
It giving me Mr. Crab.
Let's bring it back down.
It's giving me burning. Got stuff calling all about your got dirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to.
And on that note, guys.
I wanted to.
So at least Baddie
I wanted
wasn't
to add
done.
on to that.
I wasn't done. I wasn't
done.
But the standard thing, I just feel as though like guys don't know what they want.
They do.
I feel as though it's like they want the perfect flat stomach freaking girl.
The color.
And they want the thick girl.
We gotta keep that for a different podcast. We gotta keep that for a different.
Yeah.
That's our whole.
Well, with the.
Because I have something to say about that too, and I feel like Royal wants to.
Yeah, that can be a whole. That can be its own.
I'm about to say that girls versus boys and all the standards. That could be like another episode, but because I have something else to say, but I don't want to like prolong it.
So we can just cut that last part out.
But with the sibling stuff, like what, like having different whatever, like expectations, whatever. I have a twin brother, and see,
me, y'all know him.
Me, y'all know him as Ty. But my parents, they don't care what he does. Literally, he can go ask, "Can I go somewhere that's like out?"
He can go to Moco.
40 minutes away, and they wouldn't care. But if I ask to go somewhere down the street, they'd be like, "No, you can't do that. You can sit in the house. You keep asking me questions about going somewhere." And I don't ask any questions at all about going anywhere. And he gets to ask, "Can I go somewhere?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, we'll think about it." And then also with sports, like I skipped a year from playing sports so I can focus on grades. And I guess my parents got mad or upset with me because I didn't play. And I guess that's one reason why they are more up to my brother, because when I realized they never went to one of my games, like my mom, she never went. But she always go to my brother's games. She went to his JV games. And I was, okay.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
I felt that.
She never went to one of my JV games.
I never knew that.
I'm sorry.
And
I can relate to that. That's crazy.
I've been there.
And she posts pictures of my brother, like at his football games on the sideline, whatever. I don't get any pictures. I barely even have pictures of my basketball season. I was just like, okay. And then comparing to like driving, whatever, my mom, she doesn't care where he goes. She gotta make sure I text her every time I leave the house. If I go somewhere, I have to text her that I arrived where I'm at. And she doesn't have to do that with my brother. And I was like, okay.
I mean, I've known y'all for a while. And I've always, y'all communicated with me, the problems and stuff in the household. And I love your parents. Like, I honestly really do love your parents. But, like, to hear, like, the stories that y'all, like, telling me, it's like I can't really believe it because they're, like, so nice to me. Like, I know. But I be seeing what you be saying, though.
Like, my mom, with my money, like, I have a job. And it's my money. And I spend it. And she said something about me spending my money. But when my brother got a job and he started spending money, she didn't say nothing. And then she was like, "Why are you spending your money?" And then she'd be like, "It's my money," and all this. And I was like, "How is that your money when I'm the one working for it? And I'm never in the house at all." And they complain about me not cleaning. My brother's at home all the time. And they don't call him to clean, do anything. I had to clean.
I felt that.
Oh, y'all bringing up topics that I could go on about. Hold on.
But we're not going to. Not this episode.
We got multiple episodes lined up because I could.
But On that topic, I do want to thank y'all for having this conversation tonight. And I want to thank the viewers for watching the conversation tonight, because a lot of things that were said were heavy topics and we felt strongly about them, and I hope that you do as well. And Daddy T, Bigelow T, and Daddy T, I want to thank y'all for sharing y'all stories about which I had to deal with growing up as like a female, because of the simple fact I don't know personally, but I know from being around you all that you are held to totally different standards than a male. Like in America, period, you are. And you have to fight even harder in America to become equal with a male. So I do understand that y'all had those struggles, and I want to thank y'all for sharing that story with us today. Also, Dom T as well, I want to thank you for sharing with us that, like, because what you said, I'm pretty positive. I'm 100% positive. Anybody watching this is guaranteed to be at least one person who watches this who can definitely relate to what you just said, because I know that I can. Well,
I can relate.
I can relate, kind of, yeah. So it's like, even if I can't relate 100%, I can feel some of the things that you're saying, and I can comment back on it. So I want to thank y'all for saying what I had to say and commenting on what was said. Also, viewers, y'all make sure y'all leave y'all comments down below, because this right here, I want to hear from y'all, because all the things that we said, it wasn't a game. Think it's a game? Think it's a game? No, it wasn't. We genuinely want to hear from you also. Just make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and drop your comments down below. Let us know what topics you want us to hit on next. We will do our research, and we will comment on it if you want us to. Make sure you comment on what we spoke about in this video. Let us know if you were able to relate or how you felt on one of the topics that we spoke about. And just make sure you tune in for the next cup of tea that's going to be spilled. All right?
Yeah, and put your notification, like your post notifications on for us, so you know every time we post a video, and y'all can stay updated.
Yeah, we're serious about this. Like, we about to be posting every Thursdays.
Every
Thursdays. We don't have a specific time yet, but we're gonna be posting like every Thursday. So, like they said, like topics you want us to hit on, we would definitely hit on it. Like,
right, let us know.
And it won't always be serious, you know. We be fun. We're fun.
I said we could be goofy.
We could be goofy. We just wanted to be serious with these topics.
Can we? No, I'm joking.
2020 has been a serious year, so it's kind of like nothing to make fun of or.
Yeah.
So these next couple.
Send us some topics. So if you want a funny topic, send it to us, and we will do our research and we will talk about it. We will goof around about it. Like, we don't want this channel to be so much towards serious. I don't want to watch that because it's so depressing. It's so draining. No, I want y'all to come here for information, entertainment. It's a whole circle of things that we want y'all to be able to relate to, be able to laugh at. So just let us know what you want to see from us, and we will give it to y'all. We're going to deliver regardless, all right? Period. See y'all later, and this is Royal T signing out. We got Baddie T, Bigelow T, Daddy T, and Dom T.
Bye, guys.
See y'all later.